Hello everyone! My voice is apparently already dying. I think I need to clear my throat. Hello! I hope you're having a wonderful day today. We are doing a drawing stream today, which we haven't done for an extremely long time. I don't know when I last did drawing, honestly. It's been a very long time. I'm not sure where is best to put my chat today. I'm trying to... I guess you can kind of read it there as long as I don't make too many layers, but I probably will. So enjoy the chat while it's there, I suppose. I've just realised I have done something stupid with my chat. I couldn't see stuff. There we go, that's better. Oh my goodness. Hello Nimby the Deadly Ladder and Mythics VR content and Stargazer and Minato Arisate and Thomas Smith and Bad Sushi Animations. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. Draw a castle? No. Today is self-portrait day. That's what the title says and we're sticking to it. And I have a sufficiently concerned expression for today's stream. Oh god, it'll be great. Starting back to drawing something with such beauty viewers, you should have picked something simpler like Monzi. Okay, that's mean, first of all. Don't put him down like that. But also, I like drawing myself. I think I've stared at this face enough that surely by now it should be perfectly memorized in my mind. At least that's what I would think, but apparently not. So we shall see. Hello Reenac, you've just found my channel and you love it. Oh my god, thank you. That's very kind of you to say. I'm gonna make a square because squares are easiest for most social media. I'll go for, I don't know, 3,000 by 3,000. That's probably very large. It works for me. There we go. You meant money? No, Monzi's a person, not money. I'm just gonna have a go. I've got this picture here has been sat in my my reference image panel for months. I don't know, it's always been there whenever I make a thumbnail. I think it's cute. It's just Goth me, it's almost October. Well, it's not October, is it? We can't go too early because if you remember last year, I think I did 2 whole weeks of Halloween streams, and I am tempted to do something again like that because yeah, I like Halloween. It's a non-religious holiday, which means everyone can celebrate it and not feel weird for some reason, and everyone just gets to have fun and do things like mess around with vampires and witches and pumpkins and whatever else you do for Halloween. Go trick-or-treating or something, I don't know. But that's... Oh my god, I'm scared to even draw because I haven't done it for so long. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's draw. That is a massive pencil. I think that might be too big. Which means again, well, not today. Not today. I don't know. Maybe I could try and make a vampire somehow out my model. That could be cool. I like vampires. I've always liked vampires. I mean, it would suck to be a vampire. Well, it's not meant to be a pun, but it genuinely would suck. I guess. You wouldn't be able to... I really need to start drawing. You wouldn't be able to do things like... my brain is not functioning right now. I don't think I can multitask. Oh dear. You wouldn't be able to go outside, just explore, just spend life like a normal person, eat normal food, interact with society. You know, half the time you can't even go into someone's house unless they specifically invite you in. They can't just be like, you can't just go around someone's house and they'll be like, oh hi, and they actually have to say, you can come in now. Like, just stood outside. You can't look in the mirror, that's right. What if you have blood on your face because of your recent meal? You wouldn't even know unless someone told you, but you can't look in the mirror. It sucks. I would hate that. You know, and vampires generally have the trope of being very good looking, and you can't even appreciate your own beauty in the mirror. What is that? That's terrible. Vampires are a pain to fight. The movie Sinners and JoJo Prime example. Well, yeah, that's true. I haven't seen this film, but I understand that vampires are very dangerous beings. But still, I don't think it would be very pleasant to be one. They're just a pain to fight. I can't imagine that somebody who's been a vampire for 500 years just thinks, yes, this was a good choice. I'm glad I became a vampire. They're probably just stuck there now, just accepting this is their life. I do have a reference picture which I'm using on my phone, by the way. This is what we're going off. It's going to be a head portrait, because heads are the things I've spent most of my time actually drawing ever. So we shall see. Oh my god, a pain in the neck. They are a pain in the neck. That's a good pun. I like that. Hi, Lofa. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you for the happy banana and hug. Also, I went all out today on my model. I've got ambient occlusion and I'm using my iPhone, which means all the expressions. It's easy to frown now. Sad Vieus. But I'm not sad. I'm happy, so it's okay. It's okay. The invitation thing is more subtle, like having a welcome mat. They suck energy, not blood. They feed on the depressed and lonely. Oh, that's an energy vampire. Those are real. You love the fact that you said you should do Realms of My God again, and then you were like, no, but the thumbnail on Discord of Realms of My God. I know! I don't understand what happened there. On Discord, it decided to make my thumbnail last 2 days ago's stream, even though that's not what I did. And YouTube just decided that, as you say. Oh dear. I am using one of my favourite artists right now as a reference image, and I've just already realised I've made a massive mistake. I've in my head, I think I have a terrible habit of correcting angles to being straighter than they should be. Well, it's not correcting, it's incorrecting. It's changing angles to being something they shouldn't be, and that's a problem. Although I suppose I could. No, I think it should be a bit steeper than this, maybe a bit more like that? Maybe? I don't know. Should be fine. Also, the VST asked you got before your stream was literally the same music pitch as your intro. Well, that's weird. Hi, V-Club, by the way. Oh my goodness. Know what a Dullahan is? The Monster Man. I do know what a Dullahan is, actually, because I was watching that show, Water Magician, that anime that's come out recently, that isn't really about the Water Magician. It's a weird show. And Eltran explained to me what that was, because I didn't know that word before. I'd never heard of it. But yeah, it's somebody, a knight that died in battle and wears armor and has its head in its hand, I think, or something. Something like that. What about staring into a mirror and no reflection? We are talking about vampires, that's why. Vampires don't get to admire their beautiful looks, and it's such a shame. Such a shame. Now, how do you place anything on a face? This is the challenge. I might just I'm on the rubber, that's why it's not working. It's like, why can't I draw? Is my tablet broken again? Oh, you don't want to know how painful it is trying to get this tablet to work. It's because you're meant to plug it into an actual power supply, so you're meant to plug it into the wall directly, but I can't do that because I don't have many sockets in my room. I basically have 2 sockets behind my computer and one on the other side of my room, which is all the way behind me. It's a long distance. I have to use an extension lead and stuff. And that's already got stuff in it, and the power isn't going to be great for that because it's being shared. And so I plug it into my computer. I don't plug it into the power supply, but that means you have to keep plugging it in and unplugging and plugging it in until you force it to work. You beat it into submission. And eventually it decides it wants to work for the day, and then we can draw. Sometimes it will make you think it works because you'll be able to see. That's not where you place a mouth, is it? Sorry. I think I did the nose in the wrong place. Let me try the mouth first. How do I do this? Let me draw. Does this help? I don't even know if drawing these guidelines helps me in any way, because I don't know where things are meant to go on the face. What was I saying about the tablet? Oh yeah, sometimes My tablet decides to show the screen on my tablet, which makes you think it's working. But then you try and click on your screen anywhere, and it just makes this really loud beeping noise. It goes beep, 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 beep. It's horrible. So, and that's it complaining that it doesn't have enough power as well. So I don't really know why it decided to work eventually, but it does. It does. I think I need to make that a bit higher. Vieus, stop beating your equipment into submission. Why? I think it's great. I'm fine. My tablet is fine. It's fine. Oh god. What about staring? Oh, you're thinking about drawing ideas. Well, I see. I'm not sure about it. I'm just trying to draw a face right now because, as I said, I haven't drawn. Well, I don't know if I said it, but it's in the thumbnail. The thumbnail, not the title. I haven't drawn in months. You can see the thumbnail right here. This is me. Hasn't drawn in months. So we don't need to make things complicated, okay? Oh dear. There is a joke that could be made there, but Vieus is not like that. No, I'm not. Hi, Bit. Yeah, hi, Stargazer. Hope you're having a good day today. Draw yourself as a pumpkin, Jack and that. It's not Halloween yet, but and I don't even know how that. What do you mean, draw yourself as a pumpkin anyway? Would my skin be made out of pumpkin? I imagining that is freaking me out. Oh god. I don't know where to place a nose, so I'm just gonna ignore the nose. We're gonna try and let me see if drawing guidelines helps at all. I don't know if it does, but I'm struggling. So here we go. That's a plane of a face, right, guys? And then you have this, and it's kind of curving up that way, I guess. If we look at the side of the face. Oh god, it looks horrific. What have I don't know what I'm doing. This is why we pay people a lot of money to draw, and I don't get paid money to draw because this is not a good idea for me. I did. I'll be fine. So I just closed OBS for a second. Well, I didn't close it, but I couldn't see it, and then I couldn't see the chat, and that was a shame. Go a week left for spooky season. Exactly. We don't need to get ahead of ourselves. There's plenty of time within the month of October to go crazy. That is the wrong layer. Let's not be stupid. Oh my god. I don't know where I was drawing. Was it about here? It's a different. That's a different color. Here, a bit more pink. That's similar enough, right? Could carve into the jack-o'-lantern. I could try and make myself. Once I made a My Little Pony in a pumpkin. I didn't make the design. My dad got a pen and drew the pony for me, and I just cut it out. My dad's surprisingly good at drawing. I don't know. He has these pictures of aeroplanes and stuff he drew as a kid, and they look amazing. I don't know how he managed to get so good. He's a man of many talents, honestly. Oh my god. Okay, how that's already being drawn at the wrong angle, Vieus. Come on, you can draw yourself. You know what you look like, right? No, you don't. Oh god, this is going great, you guys. I'm probably gonna have to adjust these eyes like crazy, trying to figure out where they're supposed to go. But we shall see. We shall definitely see. Yes, come that way. I don't know if my dad's ever gonna be on stream, to be honest. That's quite it would take a lot. I'd have to stream at his house. He can't, he's definitely not coming here. And then I don't know what circumstance I'd even be able to get that to work in. Thank you, Mars the Star Droid, for staying a member for 2 months. I appreciate that. Take this beer since you like it. I do like it when you guys raise bananas for me. I appreciate it. It's very useful in the banana cut. It appears I've drawn myself looking this way, so I guess that's how the other eye is also going? I don't know. This eye is just trying to copy my other eye. I think I've made this eye bigger than this eye. Yes, I have. Okay, let me rub this out and just try again. I think that's the best option here, to be honest. Sounds like a man who's passionate about those things. Yeah, I think he has had a lot of passions in life. I don't know. It's the kind of person I have no idea what to buy for Christmas, though, honestly. I buying stuff for anyone, I don't know when to get anyone, to be honest, but even especially my dad, I don't. He's he likes to say that he likes games and things, but then it's not. Oh, I was pressing the wrong button. Sorry. But then I get him a board game, or I get him a game that he says he'll be playing for months on his computer, and he plays it maybe once and never plays it again. I don't understand why he's asking for these things if he never uses them. It just seems like a waste of money. I don't know. Some people don't know what they want. I think I've drawn this way too close to the other eye. I'm going to do it one more time. I think the entire face has been squished. Oh, is that hand okay? Let me put down my pen. It's probably messing with my tracking. No, my hand is just weird. Okay. I'm trying to put my hands together to show you, but it's not like... So I can't. Never mind. There's no family trouble between me and my dad. It's just my parents are divorced. He's not allowed to come here to my mum's house because it's weird. So yeah, I'd have to go to his house. That's what I mean. I am planning on seeing him on Saturday, which is when I can finally pick up the Xbox Connect games. So yay. That'd be nice. You've seen some instances where VTubers did it with their parents, and it's certainly an interesting experience. Oh yeah, absolutely. I think it's so cool when VTubers get their parents to come on stream, but it's certainly an experience for the VTuber themselves, I'm sure. It sounds scary because your parents aren't used to not calling you by your government given name, you know? And not accidentally casually also talking about everyone you know and where you live and stuff. And I know that they would know not to do it, but the chances of them slipping up, it's a bit risky, isn't it? I suck at drawing, you guys. I don't know what to say. Why does it look so bad? Your hand has its own mind. I think it did. You know, a father really loves spending time with their daughter. That's true, actually. Maybe I should just write a note next time for Christmas being like, your present is I won't leave you alone for 5 days straight. I don't know about that. I am known to my dad as somebody who won't stop talking. I just, every time I see him, it's because it's usually been a week or two, and then it's just non-stop telling him everything about my life. And I think it's probably a little bit irritating. I don't know how to draw the other eye, and this is causing me a lot of problems right now. Come on, Vieus. You can draw eyes. You say? You can't draw eyes, can you? Oh dear. Oh god. Okay, well, I'm just gonna leave that there for now, and we're gonna hide this, and then we're gonna cry, because what is this? What have I done? I don't know. I think this line needs stretching. I think that's the problem, and then we'll move the eye. Oh no, don't. I like this eye. Don't accidentally rub that out. Be more careful. Just there. There we go. All right. Let's try this again. So, line. And then, like this? Oh no! Oh god, what have I done? That's horrifying. I think my problem may be that I have this eye here needs moving. Yeah, okay, I think I get it. This button and then selection pen. Everything's fine. I think you non-stop talking about your life is what he treasures the most. I don't know. You'd have to ask him. I don't know. We try to do it every week, but he always seems so busy with work these days. But yeah, what we do is I go around his house and then I do some work on my YouTube stuff in the morning, or I have a nap and I sleep. It's fine. It's a very comfortable sofa. I don't know what to say. And then at lunchtime we have pizza in the oven, and then oh my god, this looks cute now, what the hell. And then we will watch a TV show, and it's usually anime. I force him to watch anime. I've been forcing him to watch anime for years. It's great. We recently finished watching Solo Leveling, and we've been trying to find something new to watch together. But I just don't know what to watch. I've been trying to find something, so it's kind of hard. Why does every nose I draw look like a clown nose? I don't know. angle makes more sense. It looks a bit better. I think this just needs moving slightly to the left and then it'll look good. So I'll be happy with that. Slightly to the left. Oh no, that's too much. Maybe just a little bit. A bit like that. Or maybe it wasn't the eye that was the problem and it was the nose. I don't know. I'm stroking my beard, but it looks like I'm doing something weird. I don't have a beard. I just mean my chin. I don't have a beard. I can't grow a beard. What am I saying? But the phrase is stroke. I suppose it is stroking your chin, isn't it? I don't know. Best thing you can buy your father is a vacation where you spend time with him. Maybe a history talk, a convention. You have no idea, but you spend time with someone's children in the present. Those are some really unusual ideas. I like that. Maybe I could get him tickets to go somewhere together. That could be cool. Definitely not a holiday. That costs an awful lot more money than I have. Oh my god. Put the eye on a separate layer, move it around. Maybe I should. I don't know. I'm struggling. You're not a parent, but you had to work with and manage a lot of people who were or are. It's time spent with their family they really treasure. He's probably talking about you whenever he can. I mean, I do find this kind of funny. So I have a brother, and we love my brother. He's great. But for some reason, my dad's WhatsApp picture is a picture of me and him. And my brother isn't in the picture at all. It's been like that for years. He doesn't change it up. He's just had that one picture for years of me and him. And I feel so bad. I don't know why he's done that. And we've joked about the fact that it's like he's just voting me saying I'm the favourite child. And he still doesn't change it. I don't... What? Oh my god. It's so bad. What the hell? It's interesting. I'm going to move the right eye up, I think. That'll do the trick. Look at that, your video and festivals got you checking out your area a lot more for things like that. They usually aren't expensive and they could be a fun day out with your dad. Yeah, they're great, aren't they? I don't really know what there is that's happening around January, though. It's not a very busy time. I suppose it doesn't have to be January. For Christmas present, you can get something that's a bit later on. But festivals, a lot of the time, are free to enter. So that's not really something you could buy for Christmas. But I suppose you could be like, you can get what, maybe, no, you can get whatever you like from this festival and I'll pay for it kind of thing. But then a lot of the time you don't even want to buy something. You just like, it's just nice going. I guess food is the one thing you generally will always buy. But that, you know, I think it looks all right now. It doesn't look terrible. The proportions, they're okay. There are some problems. I think this smile is a little bit too tilted. It needs to be moved backwards, I think, is the problem. Let me just do that. If we shove this way. That enough? And then maybe rotate it? Like that? No, I don't think I think the rotation made it worse. I also think I need to decide where the outline of the chin actually is. Is this the outline of my chin? I suppose it is, isn't it? Yeah. Alright. That looks okay. 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 That works. If we keep moving it, it kind of looks like it could be 3D, right? I think the angle of the chin is a bit too harsh here though, so I'm gonna just maybe flatten it a bit. Maybe we could have something more like that. No, maybe that is correct. I don't know. I don't know how to draw people. It's a problem. I'm trying. What did you say? He does. You just making a picture, cooked him dinner or something. I have drawn him a picture for his birthday before, actually. I drew a picture of what are they called? It was, so there's this meme that someone made of two anime characters holding hands with really big muscles. So I did. I think I copied a picture online actually, but it was All Might and someone from Full Metal Alchemist. I can't remember who. And I did that, and I think he quite liked that. I think it was quite funny, but it's nice to do something a bit more tangible, I feel like, because my art isn't amazing. I mean, I'm struggling here. So, anyway, but I've got a while. Okay, the thing you like, even if the event isn't the gift, is the invite. along with the gift as to the gift. Yeah, I think, yeah, inviting someone to go somewhere out with you who actually wants to go out with you is always going to be pleasant. That they're going to appreciate it. I'm going to just try and draw the hair and worry about the chin later because I don't know what I'm doing. All right, let me grab maybe this color, this dark section of my hair. That'll be, yeah, that should work. Okay then. Now, I might make this entire thing bigger because the reference I'm looking at does not show me the top of the head. And that's a problem, because I don't know how to draw the top of the head. I suppose I do have an example of the top of my head over here, though, so it's not so bad. I'm currently wearing a hat, so maybe I could draw a hat. That could be the solution. Did I make a model? Yes, I made my model. I did. I spent a long time on this model. I've had another model before this. It looked kind of similar. I mean, I kept the face looks pretty similar on this model to the old one. I did change the eye texture a bit, but it doesn't look functionally that different. I think it just looks a bit prettier. And the outfit changed a lot, but I kept the colours, you know. I've still got my turquoise hair, and I've still got my blue dress, and I had a red cape, and now it's an actual cloak. I prefer the cloak. I think the hood is cool. I still haven't set up the hood to actually move. Be a toggle. I really should do that because well, I say that it exists, but I haven't done it so that I can move my mouth. I'll show you it. I think it's cool. I'm gonna have to take the hat off though. Just whip that off. Oh, you can see the transform tool. Whoops. So if I click on me and then I go to this button, I think there should be. I think it's, yeah, it's called hoof up because I accidentally misspelled hood. And this is me and my head up, but unfortunately I have not made the mouth move, so it's just me staring at you. No, I like it. I think it's oversized and I think it's kind of cute. It would be so cute if I got it to work. Anyway, which one am I again? I'm this one. I have a lot of versions of my model. It's confusing. There we go. Back to normal. VRoid Studio. Yes, I made it in VRoid Studio. It's a fantastic program. I recommend it. If you want to make a VTuber model, go get VRoid Studio. Fantastic. It really works. All right then, let's attempt to draw some hair. We shall see how that goes. The good news is I've got a really good reference picture here on the left, and I can always look at my face as well in the mirror on the screen. We shall see. Is there any local festival you can spend then? I don't know. I'm going to a festival with some other people soon. I think that's going to be exciting. I'm very excited for that. But I can't talk about what it is because that would be talking about where it is, and that's a bad idea. But I'm excited. It's going to be great. There are loads of interesting events like that happening all across the country all the time, though, I'm sure. It's just find your local one. But I suppose if I want to make videos about places like that, I just need to pick some random part of the country and just go there to their local festival and be like, this is totally my local festival. What do you mean, guys? And you look about interviewing boat people. I don't even remember that, but I guess we must have had a discussion about that once on stream. The answer would be no, because I don't remember talking about that. I'm sorry. It sounds interesting. I don't know if it's the kind of content I'd want to make still today, but perhaps? I don't know. Interesting. I still find the idea of living on a boat fascinating, honestly. It would be really quite nice, I think. I really enjoyed when I went on a canal boat holiday with my school a long time ago. It was really fun. I went with all my friends, but I don't know if living through the winter would be very nice. It would get really, really cold, and you'd have to spend a lot of money on heating up the boat all the time. And I don't think that would be so great. I wouldn't want to have to deal with the constant cost of energy. And it's not very good for the environment, because they can't use mains electricity, I don't think, for that. They have to use actual fuel that they get in canisters, and I think that's the same for the actual boats. I don't think they are electric, unfortunately. Augmented reality style VTubing is so unique. Thank you, Reenac. There are only two other people I know that do it. There's Azumalim and Shinonome Hatsumi, I think her name is. Very cool VTubers, but we're all different. You know, we all do different things in our own way. Azima Lim does more cozy vlogs, I guess. I try to do more travel review kind of videos, and I try to make mine funny, but I'm not very good at that. I'm working on that. Oh god. And then what's her name? Shinonome Hatsumi does DIY videos, which are really unique actually. Her setup is crazy. She made a video about how she films her videos, and she's made this whole rig of some professional, some kind of professional camera and computer setup. I don't know how it works. Really, it seems complicated. I do not have that. I would like to have that one day perhaps, but it wouldn't be very practical for me because she does her stuff is DIY. She does it at home. She can just keep it at her house and put it in one spot. But my stuff seems to have a lot more moving around. Well, the video which I have that I've been working on for months that I want to release soon. And it's that 3D VTuber you see on your shorts. My shorts are working! Yay! Hello, Cod's Wastebasket. Hope you're having a good day today. Working. Thank you for the compliment on my art. I'm trying. I think this fringe is in the wrong place right now. It seems... The head doesn't look right. I think I've curved it in a little bit too soon. I'm gonna change some of these lines. I think this needs to be changed. Otherwise I'm gonna have a really small brain in the head of myself, and that's concerning to look at, so we don't want that. So let's make this nice and tall for big brain Vieus. Oh my goodness. I bet it gets hers during the winter? Well, some boats do, but I wouldn't say most do. Most canal boats are on the water all year. That's how they work. Because people live in them. They don't have anywhere else to go. That is their house. So they have to do fuel, buy fuel, and try and heat up. I've watched people's documentaries on it and stuff. It's interesting. Right. How do I make this look like a person? I'm doing my best, okay? I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, maybe have an extra hair here? And then this can come up. That kind of looks okay, right? Maybe I have made the forehead too tall, or it doesn't stick out enough. I'm struggling. I want to watch documentaries about boathouses in what? King during the 1980s. Hong Kong. Oh, I see. During the 1980s. Perhaps. I've never heard of that. So yeah, maybe I could actually. I don't know anything about that topic. Didn't know that was a thing. Sure, I could have a go. This is looking interesting. I think I went from the head is too small to maybe being too big. I think it needs to extend more this way, but I'm really struggling. It doesn't look right. Can you see what I'm talking about? I don't know how to do this. Drawing is pain, you go. Thing is, when I flip my own model, I think it looks weird, which is not good, because then how on earth is my drawing supposed to look right when I flip it, you know? Oh dear. Yeah, there's something strange about how I've done this. Maybe it's... I do feel like this needs to just go outwards a bit more. Maybe if I make this line slightly more like this, and it comes out and extends? Is that the solution? Do you see what I mean? I'm trying my best to explain this. I think it's just the general curve of the head that looks strange here. It's hard. Looks like a ghost. Oh dear, it's not supposed to look like a ghost, so that's concerning. Actually, because of what I've just done, that already makes it look a lot better than it did, so I think that might be part of the solution. Drawing is hard, you guys. I don't know what I'm doing. Did anyone see the amount that you know, the stream I did on Tuesday? It has blown up like crazy. What the hell? I don't understand what happened. It's now my most ever viewed stream. I said that. Most viewed stream ever. That's insane. I don't understand where everyone came from. I didn't even put Realm of the Mad God in the title or in the thumbnail, and yet they all came along and watched it. I streamed a game called Realm of the Mad God and it just blew up. I don't... What? What happened? It's just bizarre to me. Okay, now I've made the head way too wide. How do you do this? I'm really struggling. Oh my god. Maybe this is how you draw a head. Does it go around in this shape? And then... I think that kind of looks like a head, but it also really doesn't, so maybe that is wrong. Getting the curvature of the head right is a big, massive pain. I don't even know. Oh dear. Is this... No. Am I making it too tall, perhaps? The YouTube algorithm works in mysterious ways. It does seem to, doesn't it, Gigafied? Hi, by the way. You think it's really cool and it's really happy. Vieus was really happy, that's why it was so good. Maybe it was the enthusiasm that I had. Maybe that's what made it go crazy. But it's just the fact that people clicked on it. I mean, I don't know where they came from. I think the YouTube... No, you think the rumor was that YouTube doesn't even know how the algorithm actually works? Maybe that's what it is as well. It's just a little bit strange. Let me try flipping us. Is this how to help me? Let's try to draw this one. I'm just gonna make a really clean blob of that so I know what colour to colour pick. Maybe if I try and actually draw the head first, that could be a fix to this problem. So the head would come in round here and kind of let's try and draw a nice big circle for this. I should have drawn a guideline to start with. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm fine, mostly. Is that how a head works? Do we need to try and draw off this? Is that the problem? I could try that. So maybe if I go... Let me look at my reference. So if I go down and around here, maybe it's because I'm trying to cling to the head too much. That kind of looks more like a head already, actually. I don't know why. I think it makes more sense now. And then we can have some coming up and round like this. And this makes sense for my beautiful head. There we go. It works! Okay, I am happy with that now. I think that looks alright. Yeah, that looks way better. What the hell? I don't know how that looked. It's hard to draw heads without a head. I know, right? When there hasn't already been drawn for you, how can you even draw? This is actually looking quite cute. I mean, there are definitely some issues with the proportions, but it's just the general art style. I like it. It's nice. It's a cute little drawing. I try my best. And my best sometimes is good enough. Now, how do you... I don't even know how to draw my own hair. It's a problem. I'm thinking about how to make this look 3D in a way, but I'm not sure about that. Maybe I'll just draw these as simple wiggly lines for now, and then I'll worry about that bit later. I don't know. It's difficult. So I think this is the end of this section of my hair, because then we have a chunk here that just kind of curves up and round. And then I have... How wide am I going to make this is a good question, actually. I'll start from here and figure it out as I go. Yes. So try that, stream something popular and see if it blows up. Well, no, I don't think that's a good idea generally, because streaming popular things will only attract fans of that thing. I want to stream things that I'm interested in that I will consistently want to do again. And really think, and also keep it varied so that people who do stick around are here for me. That's important. And that's why I think it's important to make YouTube shorts mostly about my just chatting streams, or when I'm just talking, not about the actual game I'm playing, because that attracts the right kind of people, and that I think it works. Then go so far, keep cooking. I'm not cooking, I'm drawing, but thank you. A cute little Vieus being made by a cute big Vieus. Oh. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know if it's little. I mean, if you look at the screen, it's currently bigger than me, but sure. You understand. I'm trying to figure out the algorithm way of that. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's just people recognize the game from the thumbnail, even though I didn't put it in the title, and so then they all clicked on it, because not many people make content about that game. It's a small community. And so they came out in their droves and all decided to watch me, which is very kind of them. And I actually got some really lovely comments from the community, the Realm of My God community, so that was lovely. If any of you here today, hi again, welcome back. If you're lurking, I appreciate it, I do. I don't know if I'm going to stream that again for a while, but I'd like to do it again one day perhaps. I think it could be nice. I am struggling with this hair so much. I think maybe, I don't know, I won't adjust it too much yet. Let's just keep drawing this and see how it goes. Okay. So then we need some other chunks of hair that are kind of doing their own thing. So this is a chunk here. Perhaps this is doing this. And we could have another chunk here. It's doing something like that. My hair is a very loose braid kind of thing. It's just meant to be wavy, and I try my best to make a wavy hairstyle. I think my hair is really unique. I don't know if this hairstyle is physically possible, but I think it looks cute. It's an anime hairstyle. They aren't usually physically possible anyway. Guess it was that games community. Yeah, I think, and the community seemed ever so lovely. They were also, the comments were so nice. They were just people being like, you explained this really well, but better than the wiki does, and you seem to have a lot of passion. And I thought that was so sweet of them. I really appreciate that. Alright, let's just draw some curly sections, or wavy sections, whatever you want to call them. And this needs to be a little bit more curved than this, because it... Okay, what have I done? That is not the top of a head. Try that again. So heads look like this, kind of, and then maybe just one more chunk coming out here. Does that look like a head to you? I think it kind of looks like a head. It does look like the hair is too big for the head it's on, in a way, which I'm not so sure about, but I'm trying. I am trying my best. I think this is really cute what I've done with the hair here though, so I'm gonna keep it like that. But it's nice. Okay, I suppose I could draw an ear here, because you can see more of my head than you usually can. Is that where an ear goes? Kind of. Yeah, it works. Alright. You can kind of see my ears every now and then. There's my ear. Can you see it? If I move the head just right, it's kind of hard to do. It pokes out. The most searched word in Google is that. Is it? Must be some kind of trend. I bet people are telling other people to look it up. It happens. I think I'm gonna increase the entire size of the head. Maybe get the transform tool out and just stretch it a bit. I think it's not wide enough. I think that's the main problem. I think if we fix that, it'll start to look a bit nicer. I think the hair is nice, but that's the main problem. Oh wait, I need to press not that button. Should probably make sure it's actually all selected. I'm a bit concerned about that. No, that looks okay. Control Shift T, and then we drag just a little bit that way, perhaps. Does that look okay? Or have I ruined it? I can't tell. Let me flip my canvas. Before and after. Maybe I went too far. Control Shift T. Just a little bit like that, and then we could do something like that. I think the shape of the chin over here needs adjusting. I think that's one of the problems. We just make it a bit more curved. I think that could look nice. A bit more head-like. A little bit more realistic, I mean. Well, now I've made it too low. Oh dear. I'm trying my best. I don't know what I'm doing. But that looks okay. Kinda. And then let me get my reference picture that I had of somebody who drew one. See, they sorted this problem out by making the hair cover up this section of the face. So maybe that's my solution too, because I don't know what to do otherwise, because the reference is not useful here. Or even having this line not come all the way in, because it's a chin. It doesn't necessarily have to. It could just be that this is done with shading. But then I'm going to have to figure out the shading anyway, so maybe that's not the solution I thought it was just then. Is it meant to be more like this? I know, it just makes the head look ever so small. Maybe this whole head is just too small. I don't know. Does that look okay? It's very difficult. It really is. I think I'm going to undo all of this and let it transform back to the way it was before. Need to keep pressing undo. So if we check, yep, that's before and after. So if I control Shift T, I think the problem is it needs this top right, left section here needs to be dragged that way, and the bottom bit needs to be dragged more this way. It needs to be a little bit more stretched. And then if we just move it into the right spot, maybe rotate the canvas if it'll let me. Do you think that looks better? I think that looks better. I think that's an improvement generally. Yeah, I think that works. All right, nice. So then just have this come up a bit for the side of the face. And we are getting somewhere. Hooray! That looks alright, doesn't it? It looks alright. Difference between a visage and a phantasm? Doesn't visage mean face? I don't know what a phantasm is, to be honest. You need to exercise your drawing skills. Yeah, that's what we're doing today. Eeriest. That is indeed what that was. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have a quick drink. Okay, here we go. So, let's have a think. I think this nose is in the wrong place. So I'm going to move that. Maybe more here, or even if I put it there. No, not there. There? Or there? I don't know how to draw noses, you guys. Maybe I need to draw it this way, because it's the end of the nose. It's not the... Was that the problem? To make it really long, I could draw a... That's a nose! Phantasm is a type of ghost. It's just an image, not an actual being. Oh, okay. I don't really know much about ghosts, to be honest. It's not something I've ever looked into because they're not real. So it doesn't... I don't know. They're not that interesting me. I don't really like scary things. So I'd spend more time, if anything, looking into fairies or anything else. That's probably fine. It's probably fine. Does that look okay? I don't know what I'm doing. It looks human enough. There's definitely some problems with the proportions, but it's okay. Can I draw you? You look like this? I can. I can indeed. Here you go. These are your eyes, and this is your mouth, and then you've got a little tongue and some teeth. That's you. There you go. Hope you enjoy Beta Sigma Omega. Oh my goodness. You think Eltran's not and he's quite scary? Eltran is not scary. He's lovely. I'm glad you like it. Oh my god. Alright, have I drawn this neck a little bit too far back? I feel like I have. Let me move that forwards a bit. That probably will help with this looking a bit strange. I know that anime necks are generally very small, but there is an extent to the smallness. I think that looks okay. And then we're going to want to draw the shoulders, which look something like that. According to my reference, they do at least. I am copying the pose from the reference, because God, I cannot do this on my own. I'm terrible at drawing. This is why I'm practicing to get better today. My goodness, this is another shoulder, apparently. It's a very strange looking shoulder. Well, I will trust the process, as they say. That looks kind of okay, I suppose. And then you'd have the side of the arm coming in here. It's a bit high. Here? Does that look okay? I think that looks okay. And then for the arm crease, I've zoomed out too much. It'd probably be somewhere around there. No, ooh, I think I've drawn that in the wrong place. Yeah, do that. Maybe here, and then we go. Yeah, okay, that looks alright. That looks alright. Okay, we are making progress. This is looking nice. Fairies are more dangerous than ghosts, in your opinion? Some of them eat people. Well, that's in some countries, but I would say the version of fairies that I grew up learning about, which I think is popular in England, it's not Irish fairies. Irish fairies are very scary. They're the fae, and they're the ones that people like to say are dangerous. But fairies, there's multiple types of fairies out there. I mean, a lot of English media about fairies is about very kind fairies. They're whimsical little creatures, as you say. They're very happy and lovely, and they're all about nature and little magical things and helping people out. Think the Tinkerbell films, that's that kind of fairy. I used to read a book series called Rainbow Magic when I was younger, and it was the same story, copied and pasted over and over. But even though I was aware of that, I still liked it. It was funny. There was humour in the fact that you were reading the same story with slightly different plots each time. Because there's hundreds of those books, I'm sure. They're great. Let me have a look at my reference 1 second. So if I draw maybe some more hair for myself here, that's probably a good idea. Because I have some chunks that kind of end shorter than the rest of them, like these ones. There we go. And we could draw some more hair. Just kind of sing it. As I don't want it to look like I don't have any hair, because I do have hair. Oh, I could do one little chunk that's kind of sticking over like that. That looks kind of cute, doesn't it? That's nice. You like the word human? You didn't know, you're not very expert? I think I did not read half of that. You think fair is a catch-all term for a group of beings? Fair? Oh, you mean fairy? I don't know. Well, yokai is a Japanese thing. I don't know much about that. All of my knowledge about Japanese yokai is from Toilet Van Hanekukun, and I don't know how reliable that is. But that's generally translated as supernaturals in that show, at least. So I would assume that that's not the same thing. Bald Vieus, that's horror. Oh, it is. I don't think I can turn off my hair. I don't think that's the thing I can do in ROLEPLAY, unfortunately. Unfortunately. I can get rid of... Oh, no, I can. You want Bald Vieus? Do you want it? It's going to look horrifying because the shading's going to not make sense. Do you want to see it? Do you want to see it? Well, you know about yokais from Irimican? There are yokai in Irimican? I thought they were demons, because it's called Welcome to Demon School Irimican. What? I'm confused now. Okay, I guess no one wants to see Bald Vieus then. I won't do it. Unless I get a message saying that. Brownies are pretty cute fairies since they do your chores for exchange for milk and bread. Yeah, I've heard about those a little bit, but yeah, they're just nice. The fairies are meant to be happy little creatures that help you out. They're not horrible things. Demons equals yokai. I thought demons were supernaturals. Oh, you want to see it, do you? I think I'm confused at this point. There seems to be a difference, right? There must be a difference between demons and ghosts. Surely that word doesn't mean all of them. Maybe it does, and it's just a translation problem that it means multiple things, and we specialise more with our words. Anyway, what am I doing? Hair. Here you go. You see, I can't actually go bald because I have an underlying hair mesh. This is me with a wig cap on. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it probably is a translation problem. Ryan, what have you done? Buzzcut beers, yeah, kind of. Alright, let's have a look at my clothes reference, and then we can start trying to draw that in as well. I'm really happy with how this looks. It's ever so cute. I didn't think this would look as good as it does. I'm actually quite satisfied with that. So my cape is a lovely bright reddish pink. I love my cape colour. I want to make it even more pink next time that I get a redesign, which hopefully I will one day. But when I get my next model, I think I've talked about this before, I want to get it done professionally. I want to get a proper model artist, character designer to make my next model. I don't want to do it myself anymore because there's a limit to my skills, unfortunately. If I want to get a professional model made, it's going to have to be not made in vtuber because it will look so much better, and I'll be able to get the physics to work better on the cape. Because I've always wanted a cape that actually goes down my shoulders like this, but I can't do that because of the limitations of the program that I was made in. So maybe one day I can get the things that I desire. So let's draw my hood, which goes around about there, I guess. And then that is the rest of the cape, which I suppose I could draw some of it kind of just coming down like that. Maybe a bit more. That makes sense, I suppose. I think the rest of this cape is hidden behind all of the stuff going on around there, so I can't draw that. All right, I might have drawn this a little bit off-centered. Maybe it needs to be a little bit closer to this side. But I think that looks okay. I just need to draw the bow, which looks like this. And then we've got to draw the rest of it. So we have, I'm going to just swatch this colour, honestly. I'm doing these in lots of different layers because I'm scared of messing things up, but I think I'm going to be okay from this point. So my dress kind of comes down like this. I've got shoulder straps going on, so this is very clearly the edge section of my chest area that I've drawn in. So I'll try and copy that and then try to make it make some sense. If I can. I need to make sure the angles look nice. That looks okay. And then we can extend it. This drawing is going great. Thank you so much. I'm really proud of myself. I think it's looking lovely, honestly. We have a little kind of section to show some like 3D-ness in the drawing. And then on the rest of my cape here, how would this work? So this is my shoulder. My shoulder's kind of tilted inwards. I can't really show you because I don't have a full day tracking on, but the reference I'm looking at, this is a shoulder. So how can I draw this shoulder with my, I suppose my strap would be coming over. No, my strap would be on the other side. It would be behind where my hair is. So I can't draw the strap. So I suppose, would it? Now I'm confused because I know this kind of comes around. Maybe I will have a bit of blue fabric like that, or even like this, before we get to the bit with the blouse. I think that would make sense if this section was blue. And then this would be blouse coloured. That makes sense, right? Are you going to call them making your mum, your dad and mum? I don't know. I've always found it a bit weird calling them your parents. I guess they're your VTuber parents, but I am currently my own, which is weird. The pale yellow shirt on your shirt is an underrated party colour palette. Thank you. I like the yellow on my shirt. I'd like to make it a bit more obvious on my next design, so that it's clearer that it is yellow and it's not my skin colour, because I think it blends in a bit from a distance, which is not good for character designs. So that's something I need to work on. But it's a nice colour. I think it's better than it being white. And it's all inspired by a lovely dress that I have in real life. I need to make this darker. You can't even see that. So this would be the sleeve. Is that too high for a sleeve? I'm not sure. I think this line is in the wrong angle anyway. Let me change that. So grab this colour and then just make it a lot more like that. That makes more sense to me, I think. Maybe that kind of angle. Does it though? No, that looks weird. I'm going to keep it how it was. Let's go back to that option. Okay, grab the yellow, make it nice and dark. Okay, let's try this. Custard. Yeah, custard is delicious. I love custard coloured stuff. I really like the colour. There's a VTuber who, I don't know if she's graduated yet, but she's going to graduate soon, sadly, called Rhubarb and Custard. And I love rhubarb and custard as a dessert. Anyway, it's great. It's tasty. And it's just a really cute design. I love the colour palette of the pink and the really bright pink and the really bright yellow. It works so well. I love it. It's beautiful. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is a sleeve. I suppose I should make this really puffy. That would make sense, because my sleeves are quite puffy. But not too puffy. It's kind of hard to... Oh god, I forgot this was all on one layer. I need to be more careful. Maybe I should draw this bit on a new layer, because it is on top of everything. So this sleeve would come out and down like that, I suppose, and then also come out that way. Pardon me? I think that would make sense. Yeah. Okay, I'm happy. I'm happy with this. I think we got a really good, pardon me, section of lines and colours and things. I think the one thing I've just noticed here, now that I flipped it, is I'd like to make my hood a bit more poofy. It looks a bit too flat. It doesn't make sense to me. Maybe a bit more like this, or... how can we make this work? That looks more like a hood, doesn't it? If it's a bit more cup-shaped. That kind of works. Alright. There we go. That's an option. I'm just trying to figure out what would be best for it, but I think I've got the general idea now. No, it looks weird. I'm changing it. What does my reference look like again? So my hood looks like that. So it's got this round section coming in, and then we can have another section that goes to the edge. Is that what we need it to look like? Is this the problem? I think that looks better. It looks nicer. All right, I'll work with that for now. You hope you're happy with yourself, is? I am, thank you. Thinking about it, you can put some blue candy hair and a red hood and anything, and it'll be Vieus. Like, I know, isn't it lovely? It's I think my character design is simple, but I love it. I do. I would like to make some changes to it, but I'm not going to do that until I get a proper artist to do it, and I need a lot of money to do that, so we shall see how that goes. I'm going to make the hair a little bit chunkier on the left before we start going in with the line art. I just think it would look a little bit nicer if we add a little bit more to the head here. Yeah, that adds a lot. I think that works. All right. Yeah, cute drawing. Okay then, let's make this look nice. Oh god. Okay. I haven't drawn any eyebrows, by the way. I've just noticed. I should probably do that. So eyebrows. How does one draw eyebrows? They go like this. Those are not eyebrows. That makes sense in any way. Those are eyebrows. Cool. Yes, Vieus is like, can you not see my eyebrows? Look, they're moving up and down. Eyebrow wiggle. I have eyebrows. They're always there. They're just sometimes hidden a little bit. We'll have a quick drink. Okay. Right. You need the money for a PC upgrade to run it better? Yeah, I need both of those at once. I don't even know what to get first. What is the official colour of your hair? Cyan, turquoise, a mix of that almost cherry hood combines well. You don't mean to yap, but the palette just says, thank you. I love my colour palette. I do. I think I can make some subtle changes that would make the colours fit together a little bit nicer. It's just subtle hue value adjustments, basically. And it would make all the difference, but I do like the main colours of it. So, some people have told me I have too many colours, but I disagree. I love my colours. I do think I could do with incorporating my hair more on my dress, but I'm talking too much now about what I want to do in the future, so that I will shut my mouth, because it's meant to be a surprise. What is the colour? Oh yeah, the hair. Yeah, my hair I would say is turquoise or cyan, with some blue at the bottom. And I know it looks purple, but we've tested this, and I think it's just colour theory doing its thing, because you think it's purple, but then you zoom in and you right click on it and you get the colour, and then you look at the colour wheel, and it's kind of not. It's just about in the blue. I can't really show you that. Let me actually drag myself over. What? See, it's basically blue, isn't it? It's not actually. It's on the edge, I suppose. Maybe it's an indigo kind of colour. But yeah. People are afraid of whimsy. I think they are. They're afraid of just having some fun with character designs. I really like this drawing. What the hell? Okay, let me make a folder so I don't get confused with my layers. This is all of my sketches. There we go. Hidden away. Looks like good. Thank you, Red Chris Pilskin. I hope you're having a good day today. Welcome. I'm going to try to draw some line art. We shall see how that goes. Oh god. I didn't know how to draw line art, you guys. This is going to be interesting. Oh dear. Well, I'll just give it my best shot. You know, if it sucks, we can just draw the lines again until they're perfect. That is the beauty of it. The beauty of digital art. I have been doing some physical art recently. I will be looking down a lot because I'm looking at the screen on my tablet now. But yeah, I've been doing painting. I've been going to painting classes, and it's been really fun. I've been really enjoying doing physical painting. I think in a way it's easier, the digital painting, to make things look good. I wouldn't say it's easier to master, absolutely not. But you can, if you follow certain techniques with brushes, you can create a good looking painting, even if you're not very good at painting, which I think is what makes it so fun. You can really feel proud of yourself. And hi Deco Chat, by the way. Thank you for saying hi. I know you can't stick around, but thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Your first glance made you think your design was on a painter's kit? Really? Like one of those, just when sometimes they put girls on the top of them. You know, funnily enough, I'm just looking at, I think I'm right. Yeah, the character on the box of my graphics tablet, which I still have the box because I put it in the box and I'm not using it, has hair that looks like mine. It's turquoise with a bit of purplish blue at the bottom. She just looks like me, but she's wearing a mecha. A mech. It's like Vieus, cyberpunk Vieus or something. It's great. Oh my goodness. Glad to see you're not dead. They'll never take you. Good. I'm glad to hear you're not going to die anytime soon. That's fantastic news. I always appreciate hearing that about everyone. Knowing that you're surviving. Wonderful. And you know, funnily enough, I also kind of look like the girl that's on the box for Slime VR, which is the motion trackers that I bought. So I look like the character. I can see what you mean. I do look like the poster girl for a bunch of different products. Oh my god. His real hair is brunette. What do you mean? What, Neko Chat? Stargazer? I'm confused. Alright, that should look good. Yeah. You know, we were talking about the possibility of parents coming on VTuber streams earlier, and I was just thinking, I don't know what colour to make my mum's hair. I've been thinking about it. And I'm not sure. Because, you know, obviously genetics is a funny thing, and my mum dyes her hair, so do I not make it the same colour as mine? I know it's a bit of an immersion-breaking thing to talk about, because my mum's hair would always just be the way wherever it shows the first time it's on the stream. But as from a character design point of view, I just don't know what to do. Because you can't make both your parents have the same... Well, I suppose you can make both your parents have the same colour hair as you. That is a very normal thing. It just feels weird when you're living in an anime world where hair can be literally any colour. It could be the Ingo tips of your hair. Oh my god, that's such a good idea. Both of you had the same idea there. Stargazer and Rena, like, I could have one of my parents have turquoise hair and one of my parents have indigo hair. That'd be so cute. Oh my god, I'm gonna do that. Thank you for the idea. That's cool. I'm trying so hard to draw this line. It is so painful. Why is line art so hard, you guys? Maybe I need to turn up my stabilization. That could be the problem. But yeah. And the other thing is, with the character design, the new character design stuff, I'm not sure if I want to get a live 2D model. Because if I do, I would do it all at once, because I know you can get a package deal with them if you get character design at the same time as the live 2D models. I don't know if it would just be worth doing, because I do think that there's a charm to them. They do look very pretty. I wouldn't have the same amount of flexibility and movement with it, but I don't know. I think I just need a lot of money to do all these things. I can dream and talk about them over and over because I'm passionate, and that's okay. TDVS will ruin your depth perception. Oh god. We can't do that then. No, but I do think it might be nice, so I'll keep thinking about it. I don't know. I think this person has only ever made 2 live 2D models as well. That's my worry. I don't know. They haven't had that much practice, so I don't know how good it would end up looking. But I think they'd also really appreciate the work, having someone actually commission for them to do that for once. I think it'd be such a good thing for them to have for their portfolio. I'm sure they'd really like that, and I want to help them out. I mean, god, I was using their art as a reference for this this illustration that I'm doing. I mean, this picture doesn't really look anything like the reference, to be honest, because I'm not that good at the drawing. But I'm trying my best. Just trying to make this look clean. I've got my eraser is way too big. This would fix a lot of problems if I just... There we go. Okay, cool. We got a couple of strands of the hair. Oh my goodness. Great idea, knock back out. Yeah, you guys have got good ideas. I still think there are some problems with the eyes, but I'm too scared to touch it. If you look at how this is working, they just look weirdly sized. I don't know. Something about the angles. I'll have to try and fix it. It's coming together. It is coming together. I'm just going to avoid the eyes for now, I think. That's probably the best way to go. Oh dear. Right. Oh, have I made my brush way smaller? I think I have. I believe it was at 50 before, so let's put that up. There we go. I'm hoping to actually draw a picture in one day, because I remember I'm going to increase my stabilization. That would help. I remember I always used to do drawing streams every now and then, but I'd have to split it into about 3 parts. There'd be one for sketching, one for actually colouring a bit, doing line art, and then I'd be one for shading and colouring, and it took so long. So hopefully we can get this done in 2 hours. That would be nice. But I've been going for about 1 hour and 10 minutes so far, so maybe I can do it. That'd be cool. Trying to copy my line art. My line art's a bit weird here. I don't know what I was trying to do. But I do think it looks nice, whatever it is. And then we have these chunks that just kind of... Okay, that doesn't line up. Kind of coming up and round. It's cool. Yeah, I like that. Alright. Few lashes in colour make the eyes look fine. Well, I don't have eyelashes, really. Well, actually I do, but I only have two eyelashes. I think my eyes... The look for the face I went for with my VTuber model is a little bit different to your standard VTuber eye design. A lot of people like to draw their eyes more like this, and then they'll have some... This would be some cool lash design going around, and then they'll have that. But mine's a lot more rounded. I wanted them to be more rounded than they are, but it's a limitation of VRoid, sadly, so they look the way they... This is one of the reasons I want to get a professional 3D modeler to make it, because they can do what I actually want. Angular versus... Yeah, angular. They're a lot more angular, most VTuber models. That's something I've noticed. But I like soft, round eyes, because I think they're cute, and I always wanted to look cute. So that's why I went for it. With this drawing, I'm trying to draw myself the way I see myself, you know? I'm scared. I'm really scared to draw. I'll draw the eyes on a different layer, I think. Right, let's draw some more hair. That could always work. I don't know why I started with the hair, but I did. What does it like without the sketch? That looks alright. It looks clean. I'm fine with that. That works for me. Very nice. I'm gonna have a drink. Are you an artist, Iona? Who's Iona? Oh, are you talking about Rion back? Oh, you've taken away some of the words from the you've taken some of the letters out of their name. That is a strange nickname to choose, but I get it. Because Iona is an actual name. I have known someone with that name before. Although I don't think it's very common. But it is there. People do have it. It's probably more common in other countries, perhaps. I don't know. Right. I'm struggling with this one. It's not easy. But that looks okay now. I'm happy with that. I'm gonna continue this line. Actually, I just realised it's meant to go all the way down. But that's gonna be hard because I have to try and match the pen pressure that I did before. Drawing is hard, you guys. So that kind of worked, but it also didn't. So let's keep trying. We can do this. Enough practice takes, and eventually I'll get a good one. In theory. Yeah, that works. All right, that looks cool. Not far off from how you say it. Riona? Riona. Oh, is that how you say your name? I'm so sorry. Riona. Okay, cool. always think of different nicknames. You called this guy called Eson Estrogen. I wonder where he thought of that. Calling someone a hormone, that's an interesting nickname. You are right that you think of different ones. That is different. I've never heard of anyone being called a hormone as a nickname. That is a new one to me. But that's fine. It's like calling someone what would be an equivalent of that? Well, no, I guess another hormone, but just a body part or something. It's a strange thing to say. But I guess you get, some people might get body nicknames of things like legs or nose because people think they're funny and somebody perhaps has really long legs or really short legs or big nose. I don't think they'd really call you small nose. I don't think that's the thing people take much notice of. I can't say. I think big noses tend to be made fun of more than small noses, unfortunately. I don't think it's fair. You shouldn't make fun of people for how they look. It's not their fault. They're just trying to live their lives. Honestly. Looks play so much unnecessary. They're such an unnecessary part of society. The way that they determine the way that people think of you. It's so sad. Because I was watching I watched an anime recently and I can't remember what it's called, but it's Ugly Mug Epic Fighter. And it's about this guy who it's an isekai, so it's some guy, but when he goes to the new world, he realizes that if you make yourself really ugly, you get the powers of a god, essentially. So he decides to do that and give up his good looks in exchange for that, because he knows that he self-dictated that he had an ugly face anyway, but then he just becomes even more supposedly ugly, and people don't treat him very nicely because of it, and people actually think he's a monster, and I think it's so horrible that people could ever say that. I don't think I treat people differently based on how they look. I really don't think I do. Perhaps I do, but I try not to. And I think it's so mean. No, it's not Moonlit Fantasy. It's Ugly Mug Epic Fighter. It came out very, very recently. I think I've seen Moonlit Fantasy, but isn't that not at all what I'm talking about? Isn't that a harem anime, but like they're called reverse harem? Maybe I'm thinking of a different anime. I don't know. Oh god, I think that's a shoujo, or is it a anime or something? Anyway, I'm trying really hard to draw this line and it's not working, so maybe it needs to come from up here. Come on, Vieus. Line art will always be the most difficult part of drawing, in my opinion. I do not have the patience to get this to work, but I know that it helps a lot to make drawings look pretty and get that real anime style that I'm looking for, so I have to do it because it is the way it works. So let's just keep trying. Okay, that's acceptable, I think. No, it's not, because I really want to follow the line that I have drawn. Okay, there we go. That's what I need. So that's okay. I just need to rub out this section and make that really clean, and then we can continue. You point out how people look, but won't actually judge them words for it. Mainly you point out how good they look in their own way. Yeah, that's good to say. I called someone cute once, and they did not like that. They thought it was weird that I was pointing out some feature of that. So I just don't talk about people's appearances anymore because it's just unnecessary. So my compliments are not appreciated, apparently. It's actually considered strange. The guy's apparently kind of mid, and he's kind of well controlled by a goddess of beauty, so even though he's average in the new world, he is considered ugly. Oh, that's a different anime. I saw some of that, but I dropped it because it was too much of it was too much of a harem anime. That's what it really was. That was the problem. I used to watch those because there wasn't anything better to watch, but the genre has evolved, and there's more and more shows coming out every year that aren't about that. So I don't watch it anymore. And that's why I had the privilege to drop that one. But I am very grateful that the industry exists, and it wouldn't exist if it wasn't for the early ones that are in that category. And I still know that a lot of the heavy hitters that make the most money are unfortunately in that category. It's just not for me. It's for a certain person's fantasy, isn't it? Good anime. Sure, everyone here likes the good ones. Like what? What do you consider the good ones, Stargazer? I have my own list. It's probably a little bit different. There are certain anime which are popular, which I'm not so keen on actually. You know, there's one show which I'm super behind on, which my dad suggested we watch again, because we didn't know, we have, as I said before, we don't know what to watch at the moment. We're a bit out of, we haven't got a show in mind, but he asked if I wanted to watch some more Demon Slayer, because we were both extremely behind on Demon Slayer. And it's mostly because I thought it was okay. It wasn't my favourite thing. And I think some of the characters are a bit over the top. I think that was my problem with it. That's my dad's problem with it for sure. So, yeah, I think we might watch some more of that soon and see where we're going up to. I think I remember I got up to the Swordsmith Village arc, so that's probably where we'll start watching from. The Demon Slayer movie is kind of peak. I heard that there's a new one, right? I haven't seen that at all, obviously, because I'm behind. But I'm sure we'll watch it eventually when we get to it. So, hello, Neo Chimera, by the way. You like Moonlit, been reading it since it came out, but you like Isekai stuff. For you, it's mainly about the powers and how they're used and the hype moments. That makes sense. Well, that's why I gave it a chance in the first place, but I just couldn't stand the harem moments, you know? It just becomes too much. It's okay sometimes, but then it feels like some of them are there to normalize the idea of cheating and having multiple wives, and it just feels so weird to watch, and it's off-putting to me, because I know I personally would hate it if a partner of mine had another girlfriend. Horrifying. What? I couldn't deal with that. I think it's strange. It's a strange trope. But anyway, is one woman not enough? I feel like I don't know. Maybe I'm just really needy, and that's why I can't conceive how anyone would ever have time for another person in a relationship. Demon Slayer. Oh, I read that one. Free Ren and Delicious and Dungeon have redefined fantasy anime for you, have they? I haven't seen Delicious and Dungeon, and I tried watching Free Ren, and I didn't really like her character because it was just a bit too slow-paced and boring for me. I think I should give it another chance at some point, but I haven't got around to doing that yet, but we'll see. Because I understand that it's meant to be a really good show. Everyone says it's amazing, but when I watched it, I just wasn't very impressed. I think my expectations were set a bit too high. So I'll give it another chance eventually, I'm sure. I think I've made this a bit too... Okay, that's too wobbly. Let me try this again. So it comes down, and round. I think I need to zoom out a bit. Maybe that's why I can't do the chin. Chin is hard. You have Cyberpunk Edge Runner. Don't appreciate that. I haven't seen Cyberpunk Edge Runner. A lot of people say they really like it though, so maybe I should watch that one. Harem moments in Mila. MC does not want any of them. It's the girls that want him, although they sure know how it goes in light novel, but he's definitely not dating any of them. Well, yes, but I think it's just... I get annoyed at shows where the main character doesn't really have much of a personality, and then all the women are absolutely obsessed with this man, and I don't understand why, and it just feels really unrealistic, and it annoys me. Give them a personality, for God's sake, then I understand. I just can't see all these people falling in love with this blank slate of a human being that is usually the protagonist of a lot of these shows. So it's nice when they actually react to things. I tried watching a show recently that did that, and It's just he just had he had no emotions. He was just a guy training to get stronger. Where is your personality? This is not how you write fiction. It's just a power fantasy, but it's not even a good one because there's no... How can we connect to characters when they don't have a personality? I don't understand the appeal and how these get so popular. I will never understand. I'm having a bit of a rant today. You don't watch things alone anymore? You always watch part of your friends? Do you? I don't like doing that. I like watching things on my own. Because other people like to talk, and I don't like it when people talk, because I think it ruins my immersion. It takes me out of it at the moment, and then I can't appreciate it properly. Especially sad scenes. I don't feel comfortable crying at TV shows in front of other people. I'm okay crying at real life stuff in front of other people, but TV shows make me feel silly because I'm like, well, I know it's not real, but I want to connect to these characters. I'm afraid they're going to make fun of me. That's an insecurity problem, isn't it? Oh dear. My Dress Up Darling and Toradora, your two peak romance anime? Are they? I haven't seen those ones actually. I have watched some romance anime. I don't know what my favourite would be. I quite enjoy... I talked about this a lot on stream, but I enjoyed watching Betrayal to My Sister's Ex, which came out recently. It was a really good show. And it just finished the other day, which was nice. I think I'm going to upgrade my stabilization to the max. That might help me draw this line. My god, I cannot draw this chin. It is driving me insane. I've spent so much time now on this line. I think it's because the chin is such an essential line to whether or not your facial proportions look right, that this is really difficult. I think that's it. I think I've done it. I just need to clean it up. As I talk about how long it was taking me, I finally actually do it. What the hell? Alright. Well, that works, I guess. I don't know how to refine this quite right. The name is a bit on the funky side, but it seems good if you like it. Yeah, the name is a bit of a strange one. The name is that because the whole plot is it's about this massive misunderstanding about who he wanted to marry, this guy. So the title is like that, and I think a couple of shows I like have the same problem where the title is just really off-putting. Things like for God's sake, Toilet Van Hanikoken. What kind of name is that? Terrible name. Absolutely terrible name for a show. You don't know how many people get put off by the word toilet. It is not about the toilet. It's just a setting for the show is that this is based on a very famous ghost that haunts girls' toilets at schools. But it's about like supernatural mysteries and romance and comedy, and it's fantastic. And the stupid name in English, mind you, in the English, not Japanese. The Japanese name translates to Ghost Boy Hanako-kun. You know how much better that sounds? Why? Why did they call it that in English? I despise whoever chose that decision. They ruined that anime's appeal to so many audiences that might have really enjoyed it. It's on the list of shows you refuse to watch? Toilet Van Hanikoken? Or do you mean Apocryphal Diaries that you just mentioned? I am curious. Villainess goes down in history, but is great in manga. Haven't watched the anime, but the manga is not that good. It's good. It's good. Not that far, but good. Villainess goes down in history. I feel like I've seen that. I don't know which one that is. I've watched a lot of villainess anime. I love villainess anime. They're fantastic, aren't they? The toilet anime. See, you're another victim of the toilet problem. The fact that they call it that, honestly. The thing is, in the show, half the time they actually use the word bathroom anyway because they're Americans. So I don't even know why. As in the translation team is Americans. It's frustrating. Why don't you want to watch it? Why is it on your refuse to watch list? I'm curious. I'm going to make a new layer for the eyes because they are especially hard. Let's have a look. You read Kenga and Ashura can't quite get into the animation stuff, but the manga is awesome. I haven't heard of that one. What's that one about? I haven't seen the Apocryphal Diaries either. I need to watch that. That is on my want to watch list eventually. Everyone loves that show, and I'd like to watch it. You do like Reincarnated as a Slime, lots of politics and some action and loads of hype moments in North Silver Reddit since it came out. I used to like Reincarnated as a Slime. I think season 1 was the best, and then think the plot got a bit weird to me. I don't know. I just started to lose interest in what was happening, and I think it got a bit too complicated, and I couldn't remember who people were between seasons, and it's not good enough that you want to rewatch it a bunch of times, so it's kind of hard. The other one on your list of don't watch is the vending machine one. You don't care how good people say it is. Okay, I haven't seen the vending machine one. Isn't that just a gimmick one? I didn't know that was actually a good show. I haven't heard anyone talk about that one. Interesting. Just being obstinate at this point. Give it a chance. It has been, I don't know if it's my favourite anime anymore, talking about Hana Kim. It's only my second favourite. I think there was something else I watched recently which topped it. I don't know what it was. I don't remember. Maybe it is my favourite again. I love that show. I am not up to date on the anime, by the way. Even though I love it, I'm waiting for them to finish dubbing season 2 part 2, because a lot of people hate the dub. I actually like it. I think the dub adds a lot. I think it's nice. Some of the characters do sound a bit strange. Yes, Ko does kind of sound like a 30-year-old man. I do get the criticism, but it's not that bad. It's okay. I think it has its charm. I don't really think that it sounds that much like a 30-year-old man anyway. It's other people are just exaggerating. It sounds fine. They're all adults anyway playing children. It's just the way that anime works. A non-fantasy that's 10 out of 10 stellar anime was Apocalypse Hotel. Yeah, Apocalypse Hotel was fantastic. That was a great one. I do recommend you guys watch Apocalypse Hotel. It was one of those original anime that didn't have a source material, which meant no one could spoil it in the comments of anything you were reading. If you're on Reddit, no one could tell you. It was people theorizing like crazy. It was really cool. It was a good show to be experiencing as it came out. I enjoyed that. Because people were like, what do you think happened to the humans? Do you think the humans are still out there? And where's this show going to go? I thought it was so cool. And a similar show that it wasn't as popular, but a show that has a similar backstory of being an original anime was, I don't remember what it was called, but it was about these girls traveling along the something Bukuro line, which is a train line in Japan, and on a train, because the whole world had become absolutely insane. I can't describe what had happened to their world, but everyone had changed and everything had been turned upside down in really strange ways because some girl pressed a button, and it's just so good. I don't know, it was so fascinating, all the ideas. It's such a random anime, but it's such a little hidden gem of that season. I don't know what it's called. It's a good show though. It's a really good show. And I love the opening. It's very cute. There's a Villainess story coming out next year. You read It's the Best Villainess stories that's finished, although the manga is now as a sequel. Definitely looking forward to it. Observation records of my fiance. The misadventures of a self-proclaimed villainess. Fiance's observation record of a self-proclaimed villainess. Sure, I'll definitely watch it. I watch all the Villainess anime. I'm a sucker for that trope. Did you see the heretical last boss queen from Villainess to Save Her? Probably. Almost certainly. I'm going to say yes. I just don't know which one that is. Actually, is that the one where it's the blonde girl who becomes engaged? She decides she was going to marry the demon prince that is the prince of the other prince, and he actually and helps him not go to war with the nation or something. But then there's another show with a similar plot to that, so I don't even know. I like my romance. Oh my god, that was scary. I like my romance anime about princes and queens and stuff and villainesses and stuff. It's all good. It doesn't have to be isekai. Sometimes it's isekai. It's all very nice though. Right, does that look okay? Oh, I hid the wrong layer. No, it doesn't. There's something really weird about how I've drawn this eye. I think I need to make it thicker. That's probably the problem. Does that help? To make it a bit smoother. Something like this. Does that look okay? It's alright. I'm trying my best. I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe if I make this a bit more curved as well. And we have it come around. Like that. Is that like okay? And maybe a bit more of a curve here. I think I'm going to move this underneath the other layer, because it should be. It's an eye. It's underneath the hair, funnily enough. We're getting there. Let me put the line art layer, not line art, the original sketch layer back underneath. Okay. No, it's the red-haired queen that tortured and offed her sister, but then got sent back in time, regrets everything, and tries to be good sister and future queen. Her mother has precognition powers and oh, I did watch that show. I don't think I finished it. I need to finish that show. My goodness. Speaking of not wanting to cry at shows in front of people, Link Click was the saddest show you've ever seen, and you ugly cried to your friend who was also ugly crying, and we had to stop. My friend recommended me that show, but I never got around to watching it. I should. I have been looking for anime to watch. You guys are reminding me of a bunch of shows which I need to watch. So why have I not seen these yet? Oh my goodness. The world also has special people with powers. Get about the teleportation powers. Yeah, I do remember that show, Nea Chimera. It's so sad. Well, I'll make sure to prepare the tissues before I start watching. Oh my god. You're setting me up for tears now. I'm just going to be... Every moment I'm watching that show, I'm just going to be sat there going... Is it time to cry? I'm not ready for this. I don't want them to cry. I don't want this. I assume someone dies. That's usually what makes things sad. Not always, but it is often the source of tears. I started crying at a really random show the other day. I don't know what it was, unfortunately. But an anime did make me cry the other day. I will always cry, and this is not an anime, but I will always cry at, what's it called? Doctor Who. When it's not a spoiler anymore because it's been out for over 10 years now. I think it's been 13 years since this episode came out. But my favourite companions were Amy and Rory. And the scene where they die, it makes me cry so much. It's horrible. That show was written to be the saddest episode ever. They did it. That episode, I mean, was written to be the saddest episode ever. And they did it on purpose. They knew what they were doing. Oh my god. And it works. It works so well. It makes me so sad. Such a good job of doing it, honestly. It's a masterclass in making people cry. Oh god. Welcome home, Latha! Yay! Speak harder. Thank you. I'm trying my best. It's not peak. I wouldn't call it that. But it's alright. I think I'm better than I was once upon a time. Do you know of a show called Fuka? Or a manga of the same name? It broke me. Had to stop. I don't know that one. I'm sorry. I haven't heard of that. What's that about? What do you want first? Dinner, bath, or beer stream? You could do all of the bath. Eat dinner in the bath with a phone in the other hand watching me. I use my phone in the bath all the time. But I mean, just be careful. Obviously, if you're washing your hair, put it down. Don't get water on it. But, you know, when you're letting yourself soak, why not? Just be careful. Maybe don't do it if you have a really expensive phone, but if it's a bit more of a mid-range thing, just because that is, you're really playing with your money there. But also, why did you buy a really expensive phone? That's my other question for you. If you can't afford to buy a new one, why are you spending so much money on a phone? You don't need an expensive phone, guys, unless you need it for the camera, or you're playing, or you're a mobile game YouTuber and you need a really really powerful phone to run the games you're playing. But otherwise, there are better ways to spend your money. Spend the money on a better computer. It'd be way more useful. Honestly, and there's way more games you can play on your computer. Heart-wrenching. Well, I didn't read the comment there. Fuka, an introvert boy, falls in love with a musical extrovert she brings to him. Life to give him colour in his life. Dies first chapter. Then years of depression, he meets a complete clone of the girl. It's heart-wrenching. Oh, that sounds so sad. I want to watch this show. Oh, that's so sad. What the hell? I can see why that would make you cry. Hi, cats, by the way. I did not respond to you. I hope you're having a good day. Good morning, portraiters. Thank you. Good morning to you too. It's looking okay. I think I made this smile way too tiny. That is a thin line. What have I done? I should have a look at the reference picture, actually. It has an example. It's just kind of Let's make the brush really, really small. That's a little bit... I know I just said really, really small, but I went a bit too small. Half the size that I typically use is probably alright. I want a bit of a smile, you know? It's nice. Does that look okay? It's a little bit low. I'm gonna move that up. Or maybe I could make it a really cute little smile. That could be nice. Or maybe the classic Vieus smile, which is this big gaping mouth. Actually looked alright, what the hell? Well, no, that does not look okay. That is horrifying. Very wrong angle there. Something like that. No, not like that. Little happy smile. I don't know how to draw smiles, you guys. This is a problem. So my reference picture has this weird wiggly line, but I don't really know why. And I can't seem to get it to work on my face, so we'll do what we can. That's too much. Just a nice simple smile bit. Come on. You can do this. What about that? Does that look okay? It's alright. Oh dear. Yeah, Smuggius. Smuggius? Yeah, that's me. Anime in 2017, I believe. It only had one season. Okay, I'll have a look. You read that manga many years ago. You didn't know how it got an anime? Yeah, it looks like it did. That's cool. Sounds interesting. I'm going to increase my brush back to 50 for consistency. And we're going to have a drink. Did you water Frank today? You forgot. Sorry, you drank the water. No! Frank is a rose. They'll die. You need to water them. That's terrible. Water your plants, guys. It's easy to forget. Mischievous wiggle mouth? I could do a mischievous wiggle mouth. It would be a little bit strange looking though, I think. So I'll just see what we end up with. It'll be fine. Mouths are one of the hardest parts. I think mouths and noses. No, it's just facial features. Facial features are pain and suffering. I don't like drawing them. I really don't. But I do it anyway because I want to draw a pretty picture. So we must suffer for our art. It is the way that things tend to go. I think I need to zoom in a bit, otherwise I'm just going to keep doing this wrong. Also, I've just realised I've drawn half of this line art in one colour and half of it in another colour, and that was not my intention, but it's happened now, so I'll go fix it at the end. It's fine. I've also drawn half of the hair on one layer and half of it on another layer. It's just not going very well. There are some problems with the face as well. I think the eyes are too high up or something, but I can't really fix it now. So I'll just colour it in as it is. I'm trying to get better. It's alright. It's fine. It's fine. Vieus the plush, what is your wisdom? You're asking Vieus her wisdom? I don't know. I also forgot to draw the top of my blouse. So I might just make it go across like this and forget that we ever had a collar. There's no collar here. I don't want to draw a collar anymore because I'm over the sketching phase. I don't want to do more sketching. I kind of got fed up with that. It'll be fine. Okay, so this is my cloak. Have this come round and out. Like, all the way around here. Another massive loop for the ribbon. I am focusing because I am aware of the time and I did say I wanted to finish this in one day and I shall. It'll just take a little bit more time perhaps than a regular stream, but that's okay, that's okay. Artistic mistakes, forgets character. Yeah, I forget my own character design. That's terrible, but it is what it is. It's fine. It'll be okay. But this is not a plushie. I wish I had a plushie. That would be cool. I have loads of plushies. I have 2 pom-pom-purins. I have a really, really big one that's just his head. And then I have a little tiny one where Pom-Pom-Purin's wearing a dress. Because Pom-Pom-Purin is not afraid to wear something for fashion. Who cares about what society determines what gender wears what. I'm not good at phrasing things. Let me try that again. Who cares what the society says about what clothes you're supposed to wear? You should wear whatever you want. Follow Pom Pom Purin's example. I think it's great. Let's draw the hood, something like that. And then the rest of this cape, which I think should go like this. Cool. Okay, I think that is all of the line art drawn. It looks weird right now, but that's because it has no color. And I'm gonna merge the two. Am I gonna merge the two? I might just, before I commit to this, because my eyes are on a separate layer, I have the opportunity to move them down, and I'm gonna try it, because it might actually make a difference. I'll move the nose down at the same time, as well as possibly the mouth. No, I think the mouth's in a good place, but I do think... Does that look worse? I think it does look worse. Let's move it back. It'll be fine. It's okay. All right. Let me pop this back on my phone. Okay, I'm going to color it in. Let's go. So let's merge these two together and then add another layer underneath. I'm going to pick these colors by eye because I want to make... I don't want to eye drop them because I think I can probably pick nicer colours than my model actually has. Because as I said, I think there are subtle adjustments I'd like to make eventually with my colours of my character that will look nicer together, in theory. And interestingly, my hair is actually darker than you'd think it is. I've always noticed that about it. That the colours I chose, because when you make my model black and white, you can really see how much darker my hair is than other tones on me, which is interesting. I think I've messed this up here. I need to add another line art layer, line here. You do notice mistakes in your line art when you start filling things in weirdly. That's okay though, that's okay, we can continue. I love the fill bucket tool, it's so handy. We're doing a colouring page at this point. Black and white, pineapple cover wet. Oh, I don't know about that. That would be interesting. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I want to do a cover of a Barbie song next, actually. That's the current plan. I will do it eventually. It's just when it becomes the next video in the list. It's not there yet because I'm still working on that one. On that Winnie the Pooh video. That seems like it's never going to come out, but I really want it to come out because I've been working on it for months, to the point that it's now in the intro of the video that I talk about how it took months. My sanity is slowly fading. Teal ears, highlight the hair of yellow, shade of blue, and a few purple parts. That could look nice. Yeah, absolutely. All right, that is my hair done. Mostly. No, it's not. There's a couple more spaces here. Let's put some colouring in. I could just get a brush at this point to fill in these small areas because it's going to be weird gaps otherwise anyway. But I mean, I've also noticed this has filled in a gap here because that isn't connected properly. I'm going to reduce the stabilisation, otherwise I'm going to have some problems painting, but that's okay. And also, this is meant to be coloured in, I've just realised. That is not the neck. That's the neck. Okay, I think that is it for the hair. I'm going to do the base colours first. And then we want some skin colour, which I am going to eye drop, but possibly make a little bit more pink. Because what's wrong with a pink skin tone? Pink and pretty. Pink is always a pretty colour. I don't need to be more. It should fit nicely with the kind of colour scheme anyway that I'm going for. So, not that any other skin cone isn't pretty. Every skin cone. I keep saying skin cone. Skin tone is pretty. But I do like the colour pink. And you don't want to go too far into the colour pink, otherwise it looks alien. And you start looking like that girl from My Hero Academia. I can't remember her name. I think it's Mina something. Skin coat. Maybe this is face paint. You never know. Your model has a bit of a gradient, doesn't it? Lighter towards the chin. Do you mean the hair or the actual skin? I guess I do. That was my attempt at giving my face some shading. It's kind of it's complicated. I didn't know what I was doing. We'll see. I'm gonna have a look at the reference image that I have for how they've done their colouring as well. That'll help me out. Because I'm trying to imitate their style today. That's the whole idea of this drawing. But we'll see. It'll look a lot nicer once I start colouring in my line art, I think. One of my main big problems I do when I draw is I always give the thickest line art, and I don't know why. I just don't think about it, and then it's done. It seems to be a Vieus art style thing unintentionally. Now, something I had the idea of doing was making my eyes a bit more vibrantly blue. I thought it would look quite pretty, so I'm going to try that. Bit more contrast between my hair and my eyes, because I think that is something you're supposed to do in character design sometimes. Have a bit of contrast there. It helps them pop. So we're making them extra blue today. I don't know how it'll go. We'll see. Figured it was blush, but now you don't think so? It is meant to be blush. It's blush on my face, and I tried to make it look more... I just think it looked a bit strange if it was completely flat. I don't really know how to shade skin. It's one of those things that having a professional 3D model actually make my model would help with. Oh god, right, let's add some white for the whites of my eyes as well. Trying to make sure that lines up properly. And then on the other side, it should come in about here, perhaps? You don't want to go all the way down. A lot of artists don't, I've noticed. Okay, cool. Eyes. Eyes exist. Nice. Now, my eyes look like this at the moment. I don't have to copy that art style, though. I can draw these however I like. So I shall. I think I'm going to try drawing them like this. I want to try and draw them at the same time so that I don't mess this up weirdly. And then we're going to grab this colour, make it a little bit more cyan, make it a little bit lighter, and we'll draw the bottom of the eye. Oh, I should be more careful where I draw that. Maybe here and here. But I'm just trying some things. And then I can have a darker colour at the very top. So we'll take a nice... No, I need to make that more blue. Nice dark blue up here. I think it'll look cute in its own way. Cool. I think I'm going to actually adjust that a bit. I want a bit more of this colour. And now I need to fix the pupil because I've messed it up. No. It's just trial and error. It'll be fine. Your drawing starts to shape up? Thank you. I think so too. I think it's getting there. It's definitely getting there. It just takes a bit of trying things out, I think. But that's alright. Nice little highlight. And maybe some more highlights here and here. Like so. Teeny little one. Oh my god, yeah, I should do one on the pupil. It's cute. Ah, isn't she cute? I think she's cute. There are definitely some problems with the facial features, but I try my best. I'm not that great at drawing. Anyway, let's continue. Anime, yes. Vieus the anime, what would that be called? It'd be called something like Adventures of Vieus, wouldn't it? That makes sense. I'm Vieus the adventurer VTuber. Make Vieus look evious? I don't know about that. Did anyone else think my sketch looked way better? I don't know what happened. That looks cute, actually. I think it's just a really thick line art. The second I change this to another colour, it's going to look so much prettier as well. Okay, let's continue. So I'm going to put a nice big pink blob. Well, purple blob actually, but you might perceive it as pink if I'm smart. Oh, my face tracking just stopped working. There we go. I'm going to put it just on the side. Oh, it's I'm on the wrong layer. That would explain why that's doing that. Let's pop this here. There we go. Cute. Alright, it works. Layback camping, UK edition? Maybe so. Because try making those shadows more saturated instead of darker. Tip from artist that loves making stuff burn your own eyes. Burn your own eyes? What do you mean? Those shadows more saturated? They are extremely saturated shadows. What do you mean? I can make them even more saturated, but like that? It doesn't really look any different. I don't know what you mean. Sketch has more line width variety, that's why it looks better. Yeah, that's probably the case. Thank you for the feedback. You know, maybe what I'll do at the very end is take what I've drawn here, slap the sketch on top, and ignore my line art. Make it more blue? Oh, that's what you mean. I'm happy. I actually quite like what I've done, so I'm not sure about that. What would happen right now if I did put this on top? Okay, well that looks scary. But there's potential. Oh. I wish you could edit them all at once like that. That'd be really cool. But you can't, so I won't worry about it. Right, let's continue. You love your sketches, you hate your line art. I know, right? Me too. You're mad now? Why are you mad? Don't be mad. I'm drawing it how I want to. It's fine. All right. I'm gonna do some more base colors. So we want some bright pink, and then we'll color that in as well. You're supposed to be what? Of being mad? I'm confused. Can you fade the layer over it so that way it comes across as faint? Maybe I could. That is the wrong object for this. What are you doing? Honestly. I'm trying my best here. I also forgot to draw this line. That's and that was the wrong layer. Oh dear. Let's just try that again. I forgot to draw the other half of the cloak, and I can see that now, and that was not smart. So let's fix this section here. So we want a line here and another line there. Okay, that works. Oh dear. Layers are just a state of mind. That's what it will say. Oh god. Okay, let's fill this in with some of this colour as well. And then we're going to want... I really like the blue that I used on my dress. I'm just going to copy that one over. That is the wrong place to put that. It's supposed to go there. That's almost all, that's all the blue. And then finally, we want a nice... I'm going to select the colour of the skin to help me not use the same kind of tone for the blouse. The blouse will be darker. There we go. That's a bit better, I think. It's a bit more obvious. It's something I'm trying to work on anyway. I'm clicking to fill this in because it's a lot easier. What a time to be reborn. What is happening? I don't understand. Every mind is like an onion and makes you cry. Layers are just... What is happening? Okay. Alright, let's add some highlights. I don't know how to fix this. It looks strange. Maybe I could put it on top of everything at the end. We'll just have it be slightly there, like you said, and we'll have... No, it just doesn't work, does it? Never mind. It looks so much nicer with the line art though. I did a much better job with my line art. Not line art, the sketch layer, but that's okay. This is why I'm not a professional artist, because I do not have the patience to spend enough time dedicated to making this look good and getting better at what I'm doing, so it's fine. Let's add some highlights to the hair. So my if you think about it, my light is over here basically, so let's do that. So we're gonna want some blobby highlights, I think would be nice. I make my brush a bit bigger for this. I don't know, it's a bit tiny right now. Maybe that's too big. I wanted it to go to about 100 and I went to about 150 accidentally. It's fine. Right, highlight here, and then we're gonna want just to kind of copy this pattern around, I suppose. Maybe have some change shape? I don't know. The betrayal of Vieus? How have I betrayed you? You have nothing to do with the case of 1988? What happened in 1988? What are you talking about? I am concerned. This is not how you do a head. Oh my god. That's how it works. There we go. Now it's more kept. Shading is your mortal enemy. It's mine too. It's fine. She told me yellow. You told me you were jaundiced. What? I'm not jaundiced. What do you mean? I don't understand. What is happening? What is happening? Oh my god, I'm really referencing the reference, funnily enough, that's what it's called, to try and do this. Oh god, okay, I should probably put a couple more to fade this out a bit as we go over here, but you don't want it to do too much. Alright, and then in terms of shading on here, I'm going to have it be more this colour and a bit darker. Is that, no, that's a bit too much of a tonal variation, but it works in a way. Maybe like this. Oh my god, hi! Thank you so much for raiding me, Natjaws. I hope you're having I hope you had a wonderful stream, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. That's really kind of you to do. Oh my god. Thank you. I'll say it again in a bit because I know that it takes a moment for YouTube readers to redirects to come in. But that's amazing. Hi. I'm waiting because it's a slow process sometimes. It's like, welcome raiders, and I'm not. Did it work? Did the raid fit? That would be sad. Raiding the art gallery. But yes, we are doing a painting session today. I'm not very good at drawing. My sketch looked better than the end line art. But it's alright. It's alright. We can work with it the way it is. Someone remind me to do a redirect at the end, and I'll do it too. I'll do it to someone else, just to spread the love, you know, to be like, thank you so much, to show that I also care about other streamers, because I do. I think it's important. You see, Frank's water had too much turmeric. What is happening, Cats? Are you okay? You don't know who John is or where he has to dice? Oh, for jaundice. I don't know either. Who is this John? Welcome to Vieus' Minecraft farm. This is not a Minecraft stream. What are you talking about? What is happening? Oh my god. I do kind of wonder if that raid actually worked, because I was looking at my view numbers. It didn't seem to change, and no one new came in. Maybe English. I don't know. It's cool. But if you are here, hi, welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Great to see all this fresh meat. Fresh meat. We love fresh meat. Welcome. We have a thing called the Banana Cult. You're welcome to join. It's not scary, I promise. We're very nice. Is it possible to raid with 0 views? I don't know. It might be. I don't know. But I do appreciate the thought, even if it glitched out. I don't know. It's fine. All right. Maybe add a little bit of shading on the edge here. I wanted to show that this is very twisty, but I don't really know how to do it. It's something I struggle with when I drew my hair in the first place. It'll be fine. I'm not very good at drawing anyway. It's alright. I'll be fine. Alright, here we go. I wonder who's going to be live when I finish. The thing is, I often try to raid people, but I don't know who. Because there's not... The people I do know that I'm kind of friends with or have known around or have seen a bit of their content are typically not live at the end of my streams. It's either they were live while I was live, or they're live about 5 hours after I'm live. And then I have the problem that I just can't raid them, and unfortunately I don't know what to do about that. It's just a bit sad. I think this probably should be mostly shaded in. I will add the tips of my hair at the end. I'm just doing this for now. Alright, let me have a look at my reference picture to help me do this. So I should probably just do... Let me turn on... Oh no, I can't. I could turn on clipping. That would be smart. There we go. Now I can draw like this on the edge. I don't have to worry so much. Just around here. That's cool. Alright, I have drunk all my drink. Well, I'm almost finished anyway, so that's okay. Why am I being so careful about where I place this line when there's nothing there? It's just more shading underneath this. It's fine. I think when I colour my line art, it's going to look a lot nicer, because that is one of the things I did in my sketch. If you can see, I coloured my line art, and I think coloured line art is so pretty. It's one of my favourite things to do in drawings. So we'll do that later. Hi, Fox Wizard Prime. Hope you're having a good day. What's about nobody came? Somebody redirected to me, Napjaws, but we don't actually think it worked. Or maybe no one was there? I don't know. But yeah, it's fine. Okay, let's have a look. Have I got all the areas that would probably want to be shaded? No, absolutely not. This would be shaded. I know I added highlights there originally, but it's not. This is an underneath piece of hair. And you'd also want some subtle, very subtle shading. Okay, that's, my brush is too big. You're going to want some subtle shading here, I think. Just a little bit. That was not very smooth. I think the brush is still too big. I made it bigger instead of smaller by accident. But that's okay. Here we go. A little bit more. Oh dear. Like that, maybe? My goodness. I believe that person is actually from Moe Live, which is from the Maids of England VTuber group, which is really cool. And I know that Tori has rated me a bunch, so I guess they saw me from that, maybe? I don't know. I've seen them on Twitter a bunch. It's interesting. And oh yeah, one of the people from that VTuber group was actually in the B Club SMP that we had as well, which is really cool. But we've kind of abandoned. Well, I say we've abandoned. I've abandoned it. Some of the American players still play on the server all the time, but I don't. Because I think I had my... What was that noise? Somebody atting me on Steam. I didn't even know that would happen. Oh my god. Somebody wants to play Terraria with me, but I'm finishing my drawing, god damn it. So I will. Oh my goodness. I'm so close. Anyway, I think I've made this a bit too dark. I might... Oh, right, I did it all in one layer. That's not very smart. Maybe I can sort that out in a bit. How's the self-portrait going? How you doing, Viz? I think it's doing okay. I'm not best at drawing. I'm trying my best. I'm doing okay myself. How are you doing? I hope you're having a lovely day so far. Did you have something nice for tea? It's usually past the time you've had your dinner, right? I hope you did. Oh my goodness. And this is meant to be highlighted because this is a flicked up piece of hair and I thought it was a cool idea of mine. Anyway. Okay, there we go. That is some highlights on my hair. Let's add some to my body. I'm not gonna... I need to close Steam because this noise is not gonna go away. I don't know how to mute it. Wait, if I mute the audio output capture, it doesn't matter. No one here's an artist, but we try our best. Yeah, that's the spirit. You won't get better if you're not afraid to do a bunch of terrible pictures. That is how you have to think about these things. It's you're gonna suck for a long time, but eventually it will start to look okay, and then that's just how it works. Now I think we should have a section that would be highlighted, but most of it wouldn't be highlighted. Oh, I'm painting with a pencil. That's not what I meant to do. Whoops. I think some of this will be highlighted, but some of it won't, because there is the hair in the way. It's kind of complicated. I'll try and copy the actual texture of the thingy. What's it called? The blouse? That's the one. Your day was fine. Nothing too special besides work being work, and you already ate dinner? That's understandable. I hope it was alright then. What did you have for dinner? What did you have for dinner? That's another good question to ask. I don't really want to make this any greener. It's already a very greenish yellow, so I'm not actually going to change. Okay, that is way too saturated. What the hell? It was way too much. That's still way too saturated, Vieus. Come on. Okay, that's too dark. I am not good at adding a shading layer. There we go. Alright, let's make this nice big strokes here. Just to add a little bit on the side. And then this should also probably be mostly shaded in as well. I don't know what I'm doing. Shading is hard. I'm just adding some in. And it'll be okay. Definitely not my best work. I've done better drawings than this in the past. But that's okay. As I said, as the thumbnail suggests, I haven't drawn in a very long time. And your skills do go down if you don't practice them. It's important to keep up your practice sessions, honestly. I might add a bit more of a highlight down the bottom here. I think this is the edge of my hair, so there should be some highlights going on in theory. So let's just add some in. So if it's at the top, why is it not at the bottom? That's my question. Right, let's add some darker sections in the blouse. Not the blouse, the cape, the cloak. That's the one. I know what things are called. I'm going to make this entire section dark and then rub out, whoops, and then just rub out the rest of it because it is the majority of it that should be dark. So it makes sense to do it this way around. What did I not fill that in properly? It doesn't look any different. Oh, I did. Right, there we go. That looks nicer. It's been pretty good. Beer streaming makes you so happy. I'm glad to hear that, Stargazer. Sorry, that is not your name. I don't know. I was thinking Discord suddenly, which I don't think is even your name on Discord anymore. I'm so sorry. It's fine. Yes. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. We're getting close with the ribbon anyway. It's a process. Slowly banishes from existence. Don't banish from existence or banish from existence, whatever you mean by that. No! That would be very sad. I would not like to see that happen. I've made this a bit too orange. Maybe just add a little highlight. I don't want to go crazy with that. Alright, and maybe some here for ambient occlusion purposes. Cool. Okay. The last thing that needs shading is, well, it's two last things. I need to shade the rest of my top. Let's just add some darkness, I think. A little bit of a shadow here. And then we're also going to need to do the face. Because that absolutely needs some shading. It's important. Okay. Face shading. So grab this. Grab a little bit pinker. Tiny bit darker. And this is actually something I'm going to spray paint because otherwise it's going to look a little bit odd. So we'll add some around the cheeks. I've made that a little bit too grey, I think. Let's make it a bit pinker. And then we can blend it out afterwards. But this is the general idea anyway. So then we get the blending tool, which is this one. Or the blur tool, that could also work. The blur tool's a bit risky. I'm gonna use the blend tool. Maybe I should, actually now I think about it, I'm gonna select this first, then I don't accidentally start blurring the wrong thing. That would not be good. Okay, now we can blur this with a really big brush. And it should make it go away. I think I need to increase the intensity of my blur. And no, a bit more. 200! Yeah, we go. Went a bit crazy, I think. It's fine. It looks good enough, right? Right. Yeah, I'll be fine. Cool. What? I accidentally did something there. We scream yes for VS. Why are you screaming? Don't scream. You're not VS Cats. What are you talking about? You're Lego Chef. What? So VS, you have several names. You have different names like Blue Shades. That's true. We all have many names. Many things we are called by in life. And that's okay. It's all part of how the world works. My goodness. This should be down here. Just adding a little bit of shading to my face. And then I'm almost done, which is fantastic. Because I want to do one more thing, which is colouring my line art. And then we'll be there. Let's see, your dinner is mostly salad, potato, meat slices with some sauce in them. And his special was fettuccine alfredo. I've never had that before. Sounds interesting. I've heard about it a lot. But that does sound nice. It sounds like a lovely dinner to have. Hi, Zoe. I will play with you later. Just have a little bit of patience, please. I'm just finishing my drawing. I'm so close now. I just need to do the colour in my line art. It's all that's left. Make sure it's darker than everything else. Yeah, that's a good colour. Right. Hair time. Here we go. Nice. That's not dark enough. A bit darker. That's better. All right. Here we go. This should improve the look of the general picture, hopefully. It's not the best. Now later you go back. No, I swear I'm gonna be like 15 minutes, if that. Don't. My God. Class is blurring. Ignoring class to watch videos. Don't do that. It's a neuroreaver fajita. That's not good behaviour. You should pay attention to your class. It's very important. But hello. I hope you're having a good day. Oh my goodness. You forgot to mention pasta as part of your dinner as well. Is that not what fettuccine alfredo is? Is that not a pasta dish? I thought that was implied, right? I didn't know. Yeah, that was my question. Friendly reminder to get your potassium. That's so true. You guys should make sure you get a good source of potassium every single day. Oh my goodness. That's almost there. We're almost there with the hair. I haven't actually added the purple. I kind of forgot to do that. I'll do that at the end. It's fine. It's fine. If anything, you could argue that my hair is off the screen. Oh, that was not meant to happen. What if I'm on the rubber. And it may be the purple bit is actually just off camera. That's all it is. It wasn't in the photo. Or the portrait. It's a portrait, isn't it? It's not a photo. What am I saying? I don't know. I am panicking right now. I'm stressed. I'm just painting. I don't know what's wrong with me. I really want to do a hand cam stream with actual paint. I want to do an acrylic painting stream. I was talking about how much I was enjoying painting earlier. But the reason I haven't done this hand cam stream for a really long time is because I've lost the clip that my camera goes on, which means I can't clip it onto my music stand and actually do a hand cam stream. So I think I need to get a camera stand or something, or figure out a way to just do it differently. Maybe use my phone as a camera. I don't know. I'll try and find a solution sometime soon anyway. We could all get 100% if they did tests for Vieus. You probably would, considering how often you watch me. That would be really cool. Maybe I should do a Vieus quiz. I know someone who once did one on their stream. It was kind of cool. Not a Vieus quiz, but a quiz about them. And there were rewards and points based on who got answers right, which worked quite well with their smaller audience, actually. Because if you have too big an audience, you're not going to be able to tell who answered what with what answer, because it's all going too quickly. But at a smaller size, it's a good time to do it. So maybe I should, before I become humongous. I can dream. See Vieus's hands? Well, maybe you will. You've seen them before. You can always go back and look at them. My hands have been on camera, I promise. It's not a strange thing. For a while, I did try doing cooking videos and stuff with my vtuber model hands in them, which worked, but it's not possible to do that on stream. That's not going to happen. You can do the thing that Onigiri and Daishima VT and a bunch of other VTubers do for cooking streams, where you have these floating gloves, basically. But they're still not VTuber model hands, because you just can't do that in real time. It's not going to work. I don't know. You'd need some insane technology to make that work. And that's not something I have. Absolutely not. I think it would be one day possible, though. Alright, we are getting that. I'm going to colour in the outline of the eyes. It's going to make it dark. A dark blue. And a little bit more actual blue. Like so. And then this will come down to about there, which is where the actual iris starts. You know, I really think that makes it look nicer. It's a nice little detail. Yeah, it's just cuter, right? The painting does look nicer than it did. I'm not great. Where's Vieus from? Canada, Japan, Ireland, and England. I think that's part of what I'm going to say. I'm from... Oh, actually, I see you're doing the quiz question. Yeah, that would be a good quiz question. Do you think you're going to focus on streaming and video making? I do both. I don't need to focus. I can't focus on one thing at a time. Well, I can. Well, I can't multitask, but I think my passion is best found when I'm doing multiple things. I think the thing I enjoy doing more than anything, funnily enough, is actually making YouTube shorts. And not the kind of YouTube shorts that I've made recently where they're just clips. I mean, actually just making scripted YouTube shorts about short topics and things, just little clips of cool things and I found and stuff. I think that would be really nice. I used to enjoy making my scripted YouTube shorts, but I stopped making them because they take so much time that I didn't have time to make my actual videos. So I haven't been doing that, but I would like to make one every now and then, and I have an idea of one I want to make at some point, so we'll see how that goes. Alright, I'm so close now with this. I just got to do some of the line art on the cape around here. Shorts not living up to their name? Well, yeah. Okay, some of my shorts are a little bit long. I did kind of make my entire Winnie the Pooh 3-minute long cafe video into a YouTube short the other day. And I'm hoping I think this stream is going to give me a bunch of new things to clip for my YouTube shorts, which is really good, because I did a bunch in a row that were clips from a Just Chatting stream, but I hadn't done a Just Chatting stream for a while. But obviously, because this is a drawing stream, I've been talking about a lot of random stuff with you guys, especially, we had a long section about anime, didn't we? So I can do a bunch of anime shorts, maybe I could do one. I don't know. But for some of them, I'm like, should I just re-record this but phrase it better? Because I think some of the topics we talk about are interesting, but I'm really bad at phrasing things sometimes, and I struggle to get the words out. So then I end up having this really weird sentence to get the point across, or it's very stuttered and broken up, which isn't great. But I don't know. I think I get overwhelmed too easily because I try to focus on drawing at the same time as thinking words, and that doesn't work. I cannot do both. I am still going Thomas Smith. I'm almost done though, so we're almost there. Very close. Just colouring in the last couple of lines, really, and then we'll be done, which is fantastic. Because I've been going a long time today, and it's important to give my voice plenty of rest between streams. So let's do the line art for my dress, I guess. It's a jumper skirt, really, which is what they'd call it in Lolita fashion. But it's a dress as well. It is a type of dress, but it's specifically a jumper skirt. Because they're the ones with the straps. Well, I have, I suppose it's not always called a jumper skirt. Because I have similar dresses to this, which aren't, they're just English dresses. They're meant to be vintage inspired dresses. And they have this kind of strap thing, but it's slightly different where they put the just the proportions are a little bit different, I suppose. So maybe that doesn't quite count as a jumper skirt. I don't know what that even means. It's a Japanese term. They're just using English to name their clothes, so it's not going to quite sound right, I think. I don't know. It's like the term one piece for a dress. It's weird. But it's because they've just taken two English words and made it into a term, which is fine. All right, I just need to do the blouse, which I'm going to make orange, actually. A nice golden line art colour I think would be nice. Something like this. Okay, no, that's way too much. That's also too much. I think I made it a bit too orange. Let me turn that down. That's better. Yeah, that works. All right then, we're almost there. Yay! And we're going to ignore the fact that I don't have a collar on this dress because I forgot to do it. Also, this is not meant to be blue. I think I painted this the wrong colour. Let me fix that. Whoops. There we go! Yay! The one piece of yeah, you go be responsible. We did it! We drew a picture. Oh my goodness. Is it the best? Absolutely not. Does it look okay? Yeah, it looks alright. It's very simple. I am not very good at drawing. I do prefer my line art. Not my line art, my sketch. Unfortunately, but what can you do? This is my sketch, by the way. It doesn't look that different from the sketch. Maybe it's something to do with the way I did the eyes or something. It's fine. It looks okay. I'm happy with it. It's all right. Yeah, it's if I practiced a bunch, I'd get better over time anyway. There's a big problem with the thickness of the line art and all kinds of things like the face proportions. It's all a little bit off, but that's okay. It's all about practicing and getting better. Not that I will, because I don't draw very often. Because there are other things I want to do. I want to spend my time learning to sing better more than anything. That's my main focus, my skills. But yes, thank you everyone for coming today. I will all see you... No, I will see you all, that is English, on Saturday. And I'm hoping I'm going to do a harp playing stream on Saturday. So if you like pretty music, well, an attempt at pretty music, then come by on Saturday at 8 PM BST and I'll see you then. Bye bye everyone. Thank you so much for coming. My hand isn't... Is my hand gonna... Hand? Hello? My hand tracking has apparently stopped working, so I can't wave goodbye. But I'll say bye-bye to everyone. Wait! Wait, don't go. We were going to raid someone. I just remembered. I was going to do that. I will not forget. Don't go anywhere. Who is live? Why is no one live? I don't know what to do. No one's ever live. Oh, it's sad. I could have a quick look on YouTube. It's annoying, isn't it? Let's have a look. Good night, guys. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So that person is probably not ideal to raid. They're way bigger than me. How many viewers do you have? Wait. Okay, I'm gonna search VTuber and we're gonna go see who's live. I'm gonna raid some random person and see how that goes potentially. But then that's risky. Like, what if they start saying slurs? I don't know what people are gonna do. Ah. I long for the day that someone I know is live at the end of my stream. It'll happen eventually, right? I need to make more friends. Maybe that's the problem. One day, you guys will do it, but not today. Not today. B Club says they know a bunch of YouTube streamers, so maybe that's what we need to do. But I will see you on Saturday anyway. Bye bye everyone. Hope you have a nice morning, evening, and night. Bye bye.